Yo, yo, yo. Why is the... picking up double my audio? What the heck? Hold on. What's up, bro? SRP, man. It's doing double my audio for some reason. I want there to be music in the background like it normally is, but then when I do that, it's overlapping. Watch, now you guys can probably hear double my audio. It's very weird. Oh, you know what it is? I got it. I figured it out. It's so hard being genius. I'm just kidding. Alright. Let's let some people get in here. There shouldn't be double anymore. It should be good now. I'm going to tweet some links out, make some posts about the forecast, and then we'll get into it. I want to make a post on Instagram as well. How's everybody doing, man? Echoes of Eternity. What's up? What's up? SRP. How we doing? How are you, bro? Happy New Year. I'm doing great, man. I'm so blessed. You'll never, ever hear me complain, man. I'm so blessed to do this. Blessed to show up every day and do something I love, man. That's the beauty of what we do. Derek, yo, double audio. Mike B, hey, bro. I'm watching from Ethiopia. That's sick. That is so cool. Whenever you guys tell me, like, where... I don't know why Nepal's doing that, but whenever you guys tell me where you're watching from and it's these crazy countries that I've never been to, like, to me, Ethiopia is just so foreign. Like, I've never been there. So that type of stuff is so cool and humbling to me to know you guys are tuning in from there. Juice the Trader, yo. How we doing? Alright, I'm gonna make this post on Instagram really quick. Sri Lanka, Turkey, South Africa. I want to go to Cape Town. I heard Cape Town's beautiful. I know a few people from Cape Town. Watching from India. It's so cool, dude. All over the world. Alright, I'm posting this on Instagram. We'll see if we can get some Instagram people in here. Maybe I'll make a post on Twitter as well. Alright. Let me just link it. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. Do I have a paid Discord? I consider it, my private mentorship group. I feel like wording it as a paid Discord does it a disservice. It's me putting my time into everyone making profitable traders. But to answer that question, yes. Right? I just don't like to deduce it to that because I think that has like a negative connotation. I truly care about every single person that's in there. If you go into the free version of my Discord, there's a ton of value, and it's very important for me to just help everyone, whether people are looking to invest in themselves and like pay for mentorship or not. I want to be able to provide value and help people because that's what I love to do, right? So there's a free version of the Discord and then there's a paid version of the Discord. Both have value. Both have a ton of, information that you guys can soak up. And if you want to take it to the next level, then yeah, you can do the paid version of the Discord and get directly mentored by me. But yeah, bro. The answer is yeah. Yeah, because I trade very similarly. I aim to simplify my trading. I'm looking for... Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely check it out. there's a 7-day free trial as well. So I want to do that free trial and offer that to everyone to give them a chance to see if they like it. You know, worst case scenario, if you do the free trial and it's not for you, then you just don't get charged any money and you cancel, right? So I live trade in there like 3 or 4 times per week. I answer everyone's questions. I want to start doing lectures. And what we're going to be doing is meeting monthly at the end of every month to kind of set our intentions and goals. But yeah, I just really want to build like a family of profitable traders in there. Shoot, I'm not in this payment. We always talk about trade ideas, everything. He's not. Exactly. Yeah, man. It's just, I just genuinely care. Like, I love helping people. I think that's what I was brought here to do. You know, even when I was younger, when I was growing up, people have always kind of like naturally vented to me, asked for advice, things like that. It's something that comes natural to me, is teaching and helping others. But price leaves me behind on my unicorn entries. Should I stick to my rules or modify enter or lower? So here's the thing about entries, right? At the end of the day, you're just waiting for that shift in order flow, and it's fine to pick an entry. Unicorns are great. CISD is great. You know, I call it the off entry, fair value gap entry. They're all great. Every single one has downsides. Every single one is pick your poison. And so you're going to face these issues on every single one. It just depends what the issue is. It's like everything in trading, it's pick your poison. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to my chart and camera. We'll just kind of talk and chill here while I let some more people get in, and then I just want to make a Twitter tweet real quick. But yeah, new layout looks way cleaner. I feel like it looks way cleaner now. And as you can see in the top right, I've partnered with Blue Guardian Futures, so that's awesome. I'm really excited to see what we can do. I definitely believe in them as a prop firm. They've showed in the Forex space that they're legit and a serious prop firm. So I'm interested to see how their Blue Guardian Futures prop firm expands and grows, and I'm excited to be in a partnership with them. So that's some news for you guys as well. Like friend, always first we talk about life. Yes, bro. At the end of the day, like, we are just blessed to do this. And I like to keep that perspective and remind myself that pretty much every day I show up to the charts, or even when I'm stressed out. Like, of course I'm going to be stressed out. I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing now. There's becoming more work, but I love the work that I do, so I can never complain or be upset. I really like to keep that perspective. Are you looking for an analyst for your Discord group? Let me know. I'm definitely interested in introducing analysts into the academy, but I want them to be students of mine that have been in the academy and have shown consistent profitability. So like, that have a track record, that have learned the methods and models that I teach. That's what I would want for analysts in my server. So I'm still building, traders. I'm still expanding the academy, and then in the future I plan on introducing maybe 1 or 2, 3 analysts into the server. But for right now, we don't have any yet. It's just me. I'm gonna make a tweet really quick, and then we'll get it going. Sense of fashion is top notch. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like put too much thought into it. I just kind of wear whatever I think looks cool. Whatever is comfortable and I think looks nice, I'll wear. I'm gonna make a weekly outlook tweet, and then we'll get it going, because I know you guys are waiting. I feel bad. Just give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Just gotta tweet this out, drop the link under it. Today I was sitting outside with my friends. I saw a man who looked just like you. He was exactly like you. That's funny. He had a beard. $113.25. How does the audio sound, by the way? I swapped mics, so I'm using a different mic now, and I'm trying to just improve the quality of everything that I do. We have a better overlay. I feel like the way the stream looks is more organized now. Sorry guys, almost done, and then we'll get right to it. You know what we're about to do too. We're starting with the economic calendar. Go on Dixie. Go ahead and remove all the drawings. Let me pull up the economic calendar. We'll get to it. That's too big. Boom. All right. Still making this tweet. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. No, we'll get right to it. Why is my phone not letting me save the photo? Monday. America. All right. Sorry about that. I just wanted to tweet out the weekly schedule. Yo, finally able to catch one of your forecasts. What's up, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. This week was hard on Forex. Lots of failed setups. Yeah, I haven't been too in tune with Forex yet. Have you gotten payout from Blue Guardian? Not from Blue Guardian specifically, no. But I've seen, a track record of them paying people out. And so I'm definitely willing to partner with them, and they seem very legit. It's tough with prop firms, like I always say to you guys, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm just going to be transparent, right? Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I don't know the inner workings of every prop firm. I don't know the inner workings of every business model and what's going to, be sustainable and what's not. And, you just have to spread out your risk, right? Understand that prop firms are a good way to get access to leverage and to leverage the skill set that you have, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, because the reality is prop firms are a business and they can fail, right? So understand that you have to diversify like anything. Sally, what's up, bro? I'm doing well, man. I like I said before, I can never complain. All right, so economic calendar, right? Monday, we have no news, right? What do we say about Mondays with no news? They're likely to consolidate. They likely accumulate for the weekly profile. This is not a guarantee. This is not me saying with 100% certainty we're going to consolidate on a Monday. What it's saying is there is a higher probability, there is a higher likelihood that we consolidate on a Monday with no news than expand on a Monday with no news, right? It's not to say that it can't happen. Everything that we do is operating off of probabilities, right? Your edge, your model that you trade, assuming that you all have an edge, which you should because they're pretty easy to find out there. You have a statistical probabilistic edge over the market. That doesn't mean that you can't lose. It doesn't mean that other things can't happen. And the reality is anything can happen in these markets. So I'm not putting a stamp down saying, oh, we have to consolidate on Monday. Like I'll mention this and then on Monday will expand and people are like, yo, I thought it was supposed to consolidate. There's a higher likelihood that it should consolidate on a Monday with no news, right? It's not a guarantee. So I just wanted to preface with that. It's important to understand. And it's very easy to quickly identify range days and understand what days we're consolidating and what days we're not. So Monday has a higher likelihood than these other days of being a consolidation. Tuesday, we have red folders CPI and PPI. So this is much more likely, right, probabilistically speaking, to be an expansion day. We're likely to see expansion on majors, indices, anything correlated to the US dollar. We should see more expansion on Tuesday, and it's a much higher probability. Wednesday, we have pound, US dollar, and Australian US dollar. So we have CPI on pound and US dollar, and then employment change on Australian dollar. So all three of these currencies, 1, 2, 3, should see expansion, and these are high probability days to trade when you have a red folder volatility injection in price, because that gives price the intention and energy to want to move where it wants to go. So understanding where price wants to go is one thing, but actually aligning yourself with the days that we're going to expand and have the energy to get there is another thing. And so time is important. Time is important to understand, especially when you're trading intraday, because you're trying to be in and out of the markets, right? You're trying to be in and out in the same day. So you can't just position yourself in consolidation consistently, because you're never going to get to where your target is. So it's very important to understand when to trade, what days we're likely to expand, and align with time. Thursday, we had pound and US dollar red folder, right? We have GDP, core retail sales, unemployment claims, and then Friday, we have pound red folder. So just from a USD, US dollar perspective, right, I'm mainly trading ES and IQ with my Harmony model. For me, I'm looking at Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday to be our expansion days. And it looks like we have good volatility and energy for this week. So this could be a nice expansion week on dollar based on this economic calendar. Well, actually, let me just pull that back up really quickly. Where'd it go? I just need to get the link and tweet the link out. So we have USD, then we had pound on Tuesday. USD, pound on Tuesday. Pound, USD, and Australian dollar on Wednesday. And then Thursday, pound and USD. And then Friday, pound. Okay, sick. Okay, I got that tweet out. Economic calendar outlook. Monday, no news. Tuesday is a trade day. We have pound. Wait, no. Tuesday, we have USD. I had that wrong on the tweet. Monday, no news. Touch grass. Tuesday, trade day. US dollar. Wednesday, trade day for pound, US dollar, and Australian dollar, right? Thursday, we have pound and US dollar. Trade day. Friday is a trade day, and we have pound. Boom. Done. Cool. All right. I wanted to get that out. What's up, Zay? Yo, I've never seen you at the forecast day. That's fire. I've never seen you here. I'm excited to have you here. Are you far into the stream? Nah, we're pretty early in. We've kind of just been chilling. I'm not in too much of a rush today, so we're just kind of chatting. I just talked about the economic calendar for the week, and then now we're gonna get into the actual forecast. Okay, everything's good now. I can get off my phone. We can get it pushing. I just wanted to make the calendar outlook tweet and put the link to the stream under it. Boom. So you guys know the drill, right? We just talked about the economic calendar. We talked about what we're expecting in terms of time, delivery, what days. There's red folder. Stop spamming caps. I don't know why Nightbot's. I'm gonna have to change Nightbot after this. It's being too strict. I have no issue with caps. How many pairs do you look at in total? When I was swinging Forex and swinging different asset classes, so commodities, Forex, and indices, I would look at all these as well as crosses. But lately, I've just been trading my Harmony model, and what my Harmony model is just trading ES and NQ and showing up intraday. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute entries intraday on ES and NQ, and I'm loving that model a lot. So, all right, I just wanted a higher frequency model, especially for the Discord, because I have, people watching me that want me to be live trading more as well. And so it's just better for everyone. I have a question. What is true week open and true monthly open? Honestly, I don't know. True week open. I'm assuming they mean the opening price of the week, but I could be wrong. I don't use stuff like that. So full honesty, I don't know. True week open. I'm assuming they mean the weekly opening price, but I could be wrong. True monthly open. I don't know what the true means. Weekly open and monthly open is just the opening price of these candles, right? So if we go on the weekly time frame, your weekly open, we have an OHLC, right? An OHLC is just a bullish candle. Sorry, an OLHC. An OLHC is just a bullish candle. We open, we put in a low, we put in a high, and then we close. An OHLC is just a bearish candle. My bad. So I'll just explain that. OLHC, right? So we have our open right here. We put in our low. This is our low. We put in our high. This is our high. And then we revert back into the range and close. So OLHC, right? A bearish candle is just the inverse. When they say weekly open, we're talking about that opening price right here. So the opening price of this OLHC candle, this bullish weekly candle. True, I don't know what they mean by true. Full honesty. I don't use that stuff. So I do use OLHC and OHLC, but that's literally just candlesticks. That is the data points being plotted of a candlestick. So right up here, you can't see it because of the overlay. Right up here, you can see the data points being plotted for each candle. So OHLC, OLHC, depends on bearish or bullish candlesticks. That's important to understand for weekly candle delivery. Excited for this year for trading. I'm so excited. I'm excited for this year all around. Time frame do you look at? I want to focus on monthly, weekly, daily, and 4 hour context. If there's no time, move on to the next pair. If you're filtering, that's the best way to do it. I think I would use 4 hour context at the minimum. So I wouldn't go lower than 4 hour context if you're filtering through a bunch of stuff. I couldn't understand the word true there. Yeah, that confused me too. True, I'm assuming they mean the weekly opening price and daily opening price, but I'm not sure because the word true throws me off as well. Full honesty. But I don't really focus on all the little things like that. I trade an extremely simplified version of all that. All of that is baked into what I'm already doing. Unicorns give a low trading frequency. You could always use a different entry. At the end of the day, it's viewing a flip of order flow. Right, so whether we have a unicorn, an order flow flip entry, CISD, market structure shift, I'll keep going, right? IFVG, we can literally keep going and keep going. It's just every single one has pick your poison, and it's just preference. Some of them are lower confirmation, you'll get an earlier, higher R. Some of them are higher confirmation, maybe a higher strike rate, higher probability, but you'll get in later. It's pick your poison. I'm watching from Nigeria and enjoying it. Thanks. What's up, brother? I appreciate you tuning in. All right, you guys can still ask questions, but I'm going to focus on getting a forecast in. I'll continue to answer questions, but I want to just get some analysis in here. So as you guys know, we start on the US dollar. Let me fix my mic. So as you guys know, we start on the US dollar. Monthly time frame, the US dollar is the world currency, so this is where we always start. Get an understanding of dollar, you have an understanding of pretty much everything, right? So for me, indices are usually, well, they should be inversely correlated to dollar, and so having an understanding of dollar is very important. We are the world power in the US, we are the world currency, right? So it's important to understand. Monthly, we had pretty much a consolidation range here that we've broken out of. I'm always focusing on the current order flow, the right side of the chart. You will only ever see, I say this to my students all the time, you will only ever see me trade off of the current order flow, the most recent price leg and price action. Because when you understand order pairing and order mitigation, that's truly all that matters. So our next buy side objective wouldn't be until up here. That's obviously a lot to ask. I'm not expecting a weekly expansion to tag this buy side objective in 1 week. I think that's way too big of an ask here on the monthly, but that would be our next buy side objective. Now, this monthly gap here is a breakaway gap, so I'm not expecting a retest of this gap at the moment. This is something that people get confused with breakaway gaps, right? This can still act as a draw on liquidity, but we need to see order flow flip, and we need to see price begin to point towards that gap. Otherwise, this is a breakaway gap, and we submit to this bullish order flow. So if the daily, the 4 hour continue bullish and continue pointing higher, respecting discount arrays, order blocks, fair value gaps, etc., we're not looking at this as a drawdown here. This is a breakaway gap. So based on this price action and delivery right now, we had an expansion candle, continue to expand here. This is a breakaway gap, and I'm not looking at this to act as the draw in the short term. If the order flow flips and begins to point there, it's another story. But right now, I'm still bullish on dollar. I'm submitting to this buy side liquidity draw, expecting this gap to be a breakaway gap at the moment. And that's all we can really deduce from the monthly time frame. Weekly, same thing here with a breakaway gap. This one is interesting because I was looking at this to act as a draw on this very week. I mentioned in the Discord, once we failed the daily gap, you can't see the daily right now, but once we failed the daily gap, I was looking for this to act as our draw, this area of fair value and fair value gap. But we ended up just failure swinging here and breakaway gapping. So now this has become another breakaway gap, and I'm not looking at this as well to act as our draw until the order flow begins to point there. So I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but it's very, very simple, right? If the 4 hour, the daily, the 1 hour begin to point towards these areas, they can act as our draw on liquidity. But until that flip of order flow happens, we submit to our long bias, and we expect this bullish order flow to continue and discount arrays to hold. You take the join the academy tab, we can see the information about the graphics. Which information can you see? There, I moved it. I'll move it back on after. I'll have to figure out how to like fix that for you guys later, because I want to have an overlay, but I don't want to take away from the information. So we'll figure that out later. But yeah, so everything that I just said, expanding on that, right? We're expecting bullish order flow, discount arrays to hold. Look at the daily, dropping in the daily. Again, this is our weekly area for value. We're not expecting this to get traded to until the order flow flips, because right now the daily, the weekly, the monthly are all bullish and pointing higher. The 4 hour bullish. Every higher time frame order flow that you can look at right now is in an uptrend. Discount arrays are holding. So why would you be bearish here? We have this overlapping area here. Fair value gap. I'm submitting to the bullish order flow. So this is our area here where I would expect us to potentially deliver higher off of on the 4 hour. If we're going to continue higher with bullish order flow, I want to see this hold, and I'm submitting to that target all the way up here. I'm submitting to that bullish bias. So honestly, there's not much to pull from dollar right now. If this leg fails right here and this 4 hour leg doesn't hold, my eyes go to that area on the daily. So if that 4 hour leg fails, my eyes go to here. We're expecting this to hold and this daily leg to hold. So bullish on dollar, all that to say, I just wanted to go in depth there for you guys. Indices. So we were bearish on indices all last week. For those of you that were in the academy and the Discord, you saw that we were looking for previous week low as our target. Ended up getting hit on Friday. That was very nice to see. I don't know why I'm on the daily already. I don't want to call it top. We have monthly bullish order flow. You don't ever want to call tops, but this looks like it may be a top. We could potentially see a top here. The monthly is still bullish, so my next eye would go towards here, this sell side, and then I want to see if we respect or disrespect this discount array on the monthly, but we're looking very bearish here. Again, we want to submit to that higher time frame order flow and expect retracements and then continuation in the direction of the trend, but I'm looking for these lows. The weekly hasn't technically flipped in terms of how I view price. For those that use CISD, you consider this their flip. I'm waiting for a gap lower. And then daily, we have this sell side that went. That was our previous week low objective right here, right? This sell side right here. This is what we were looking at as our weekly target the entire last week. Looks to me like a daily sell model, right? Daily bearish order flow. The weekly order flow for me, like I said, hasn't flipped yet, but it is looking extremely bearish. And I'm looking at this next sell side as my target. So what we could see, and what would make a lot of sense to me based on the economic calendar, is a range day on Monday, because we have no news, right? A range day like this, potentially a bearish candle or whatever type range day. Maybe even a bullish. It doesn't matter if it's a bullish or bearish range day, just a range candle. Create a fair value gap here, and then potentially deliver lower off that throughout the rest of this next week. So I would be expecting an open, high, low, close, a bearish candle for this next weekly profile, because I'm bearish biased towards this sell side. So moving into this next week, I'm expecting another bearish candle. We had a large expansion here, but we have a lot of USD red folder. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get another bearish week and my eyes go to this next sell side target. So that's what I'm seeing on indices at the moment. Same thing, monthly bullish order flow. Not much to pull from the monthly, right? There's no gaps. Same thing with the weekly, there's no gaps here. We can look at liquidity targets. I only ever look left for these liquidity targets. So we have these areas of sell side liquidity. The daily looks like a nice sell model. I don't know why this isn't. There we go. So these are my sell side targets. Looks like a daily sell model. This is actually really nice delivery in terms of the legs of price. Right, we have a bearish gap, retracement, bearish gap, retracement, bearish gap. This displacement is very nice. So this is a really clean structure of a sell model, right? The sell side of the curve of this market maker model is very clean, right? Buy side of the curve, smart money reversal, sell side of the curve. For those of you that study market maker models, right? I don't think about any of that when I'm trading, but it's baked into what I do. So the framework of a market maker model, understanding order pairing and order mitigation, is all baked into what I'm doing. So I promise you, I'm not just saying buzzwords here. Like, this is truly the understanding of price that we have and what we use. It's just simplified in a way that is repeatable. And I made a tweet the other day. I just want to mention this tweet because this is a very important thing to understand, right? I made a tweet, I think 2 days ago or yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Trading is not easy at all, but it can be simple. I trade price using purely a box and a line. I'm only able to do so because I studied my ass off. I built a deep relationship with price, and then I simplified it. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, Leonardo da Vinci. So that is super, super important to understand. I built a deep relationship with price. I studied my ass off, and then I simplified it in a way that is repeatable and digestible. And, I can just focus on my risk management and emotions now because all of that's baked into what I'm already doing. All of that to say, right, I'm bearish on indices, expecting lower indices. we're bullish on dollar, so that checks out. And we're expecting this daily sell model to continue to follow through. I'm looking at these sell side objectives. It's going to be the same thing on YM and RTY. It's interesting to see that YM has achieved a large sell side liquidity pool here. We have the weekly gap here. We'll see what YM wants to do here. When we achieve these large sell side liquidity objectives, you always want to take a step back and you want to see if price expands through them or if it's due for a retracement. Because once these, large liquidity pools get hit, orders are paired and we can see a retracement back into the range. News day equals trade day, generally speaking, yes, because you have volatility. When you have riffled or news on a day, you know that there's energy on that day. So price is likely to expand. So ideally, you want to be always trading on days when there's news. Can we just trade OHLC for the trade? I don't know what you mean, to be honest. OHLC, OLHC, and weekly profiles is pretty much the same thing. Daily profiles, weekly profiles. It's understanding the delivery of these daily and weekly candles. It's all pretty much the same thing, right? So understanding what the weekly objective is and if it's a bearish candle is essentially weekly profile, right? You have a classic sell week, well, you have an OHLC candle, and then we hit our weekly objective. Essentially the same thing. So if we have our bearish candle, actually, let me make this thicker. We have our bearish candle, we have our open, we have our high. This is the open of this bearish candle. It puts in a high, usually into a higher time frame PD ray, right? Then we get our distribution lower. It puts in the low of the week. This is where we hit higher time frame PD ray, liquidity target, whatever it may be over here. This is our weekly objective, our weekly target that gets hit. This is for a classic sell week. And then what we expect is a retracement back into the range, right? So we have our open. Hold on. We have our open, we have our high, we have our low. We hit the weekly target. And then we retrace back into the range. So understanding this is essentially understanding those weekly profiles as well. So I say everything that I do, it's all baked in. Everything is baked into what I'm doing. But yeah, all right. YMRTY, I'm just going to skip. You guys understand what I'm expecting on indices. I'm looking at the next sell side targets. Daily gap. Monday with no news. Can set up a range day. Same analysis, right? We have these lows. Could be an overlapping area here where we deliver lower off of. That's what I would like to see. Something like that. Continuation of the sell side of the curve of this daily market maker sell model on Russell. So my next target would be these lows. But we may see, like I said, a range day on Monday with no news. Set up the gap. Trade into this. And then distribution later in the week. That's what I would like to see. Euro. We're bullish dollar. So what are we going to be on EU, GU, AU, and NU? I want to see it in the chat. If we're bullish on dollar and we're expecting higher prices on dollar, what are we going to favor on EU, GU, AU, and NU? I'm waiting to see it. Bearish. Correct. Right. Because they trade inversely to dollar. So because they move inversely to dollar, if we're bullish dollar, we're bearish anything that is XXXUSD. We're looking for lower prices. Now the inverse is true when USD is the base currency. So USD CAD, USD CHF, USD Yen. We're going to be bullish on those pairs because dollar is the base currency. So if we're bullish dollar, we're bullish UCAD, U Yen, U Swiss franc. Start on the monthly like always, and I work my way down. It's top-down analysis. How do you approach futures evals regarding trailing drawdown? So my approach to futures evals is going to be a lot different than other people, because I don't care about being conservative on an eval. I don't want to spend a lot of time on evals. I trade aggressive risk. I pass the evals as fast as I can, and then I dial it back on the fundeds. Once I'm trading fundeds, that's when I get more conservative, and I truly manage my risk. I won't blow up. But on evals, I don't care if I blow up. I'm looking to pass as fast as possible. I'm over leveraging my risk because I don't want to be trading an eval for a month. So my approach is different, and it's going to go against the grain when it comes to that. But that really comes down to if you have the skill set or not. Like, if you're not profitable, you don't have the skill set yet, you don't know how to, trade essentially, you should be building a skill set on evals. Find a cheap eval, $10 a month, whatever. Find something cheap and learn the skill set. And that way you're not risking your own capital, but you're just able to consistently build that skill set and trade. I personally already have the skill set. I already know how to trade, right? I want to just trade fundeds and personal capital. I don't want to be wasting time on evaluations. So that's my rant. But how do you approach it? Just to elaborate here, you want to understand how many losses you want to give yourself. Do you want to give yourself 10 losses? Do you want to give yourself 20, 30, 40 and never blow up? These are the things you have to assess before you work into that eval. Or do you want to just give yourself 1 or 2 losses and YOLO it and be extremely over leveraged in risk? These are the things you have to ask, and it depends on the person and their goals. So if you haven't built the skill set, you should be giving yourself a ton of losses and never blowing up. If you have the skill set and you don't have time to be trading evals and you don't care about blowing up, then over leverage and just pass as quickly as possible. But 1 to 1, 1 to 2 really doesn't matter. It just depends on the profit targets and what you're looking to hit. It's really just about how much, like how many losses you want to give yourself and your intentions with blowing up or not, passing fast or not, etc. So Euro USD, because we're bullish dollar, we're going to be bearish Euro USD, as we have been, right? Next sell side objective is down here. Looks very similar to dollar, where our next buy side objective is all the way up here. I'm going to move, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this to the bottom left. Hold on. How do I get rid of this trading view logo? I wonder if you can get rid of this. Ain't nobody want that. Now it looks weird with the trading view logo, but you guys can see in the bottom left here what ticker we're looking at. So if you're wondering what pair we're looking at, you can see right here on the right. Right, it's gonna have the black line around it on here, and then in the bottom left, what time frame, and what ticker right here. Because I want to keep my overlay up. So monthly, we hunted buy side. Now we're trading low. We're looking at this next sell side liquidity objective. This is a breakaway gap. Right? Look at the delivery of this candle. We're not expecting a retracement here when all of the order flow is going to be bearish and pointing lower. Monthly breakaway. Weekly. Looking at the most recent order flow, we don't have new gaps lower. We're lacking some displacement here. We've already delivered off this leg, so this is now offered fair value and delivered lower. So our next area here is this. However, we haven't created a fair value gap here. So this overall area here is where we've offered buy side, sell side. So now if we trade higher, I would want to see us head lower from this area here in this leg. Still looking at sell side down here as my draw. Let's see if we have anything on the daily. No gaps yet on the daily. Looks like we've already delivered off this level here. This order block and this leg I want to see hold. Potentially something like this. And continuation lower, right? If we're bullish dollar, we're bearish euro. So it's pretty much very similar analysis on everything I've been looking at thus far. This sell side objective is much closer. I'm gonna mark out these two, this kind of raise, these sell side objectives. Monthly breakaway gap up here. Won't even mark it out, it's all good. Weekly, no bearish gaps lower. Clear weekly sell model, sell side of the curve, right? We're looking at this sell side objective down here. If we compare euro and pound, what's weaker? I'll show you EU and GU. Tell me which one's weaker. I want to see it in the chat. Give you a hint here. Let's look at Euro GBP. That's the easiest way to see. This is telltale. All right. You guys should all know, if you've watched my stuff and you've seen the things that I teach previously, you should know this easily, right? What is stronger and what is weaker, right? So let me rephrase that. Which out of EU and GU is weaker? Pound. Exactly. Correct, right? Because just looking at the order flow, you can see that we had an expansion candle this week. You know, pound is creating daily gaps lower, and EU has created one, but it hasn't had that same level of expansion. Another extremely easy way to see that is to just look at the cross, right? Euro pound. So we can very clearly see that euro pound is expanding, right? This is a bullish week. This would indicate that the base currency is stronger, right? So EU is stronger than GU. So if you're framing shorts, you want to favor GU for your short ideas. You can base that, again, off this order flow, or you can just base that off the cross. Because if Euro GBP is bullish and going up, that means Euro is stronger. If Euro GBP was bearish and going lower, that would mean Euro is weaker. Yep, GU. So let's continue to go through this analysis. Weekly objectives here. You would favor GU over EU for shorts based on relative weakness. It also just has a better objective here for order pairing. This sell side of the curve has been moving. Really nice delivery. So daily, we have this overlapping area here. This would be our area for value, this overlapping OB with the fair value gap. As of right now, I'm not looking for that to get traded to because the order flow is not pointing there. If the order flow begins to point towards this and say retracement, then we can expect that. But right now, this looks like a breakaway gap. It looks like this isn't going to get retraded to at the moment. There's nothing on the 4-hour or 1-hour that's pointing towards this retracement yet. So until then, we submit to our bearish bias and we submit to this bearish order flow and expect lower prices. If we flip on the 1-hour or the 4-hour, we begin to point higher, then I would be expecting a retracement into this level here to head lower off of. So as of right now, you just be waiting. But if you can frame short ideas from this leg and lower, if we get new 4-hour gaps lower, 1-hour gaps lower, you can look to just frame shorts, and then this would just be our breakaway gap. So you have to just understand and gauge the order flow on the lower time frames. My eye strain, the eye strain has been hitting me lately. It hurts. Too much charts, man. Too much charts. My eye strain has been hitting. Just achieved a major sell side objective. We are still expanding lower. Weekly. This is the only sell side objective really next. Already took this. This was really nice delivery off that weekly gap. Nice. SIBI, weekly SIBI was tested, right? We trade into this overlapping area here. Move lower. Nice delivery there. Daily OB. Mark it out like this. Yeah, I talked about ES and NQ. If you want to go back, yeah, I'm bearish on them as well. I'm looking towards the sell side, expecting daily sell models to continue. Monday, no news. We could potentially set up that gap. Similar analysis here. If we get a range day, a new gap here would be nice to see, and then delivery off that new gap lower. Bearish on EU, GU, AU, and NU though, favoring GU over EU for shorts because it's relatively weaker. AU took that sell side objective here and here. NU has not. AUD, NZD as well. The cross will be able to tell you which is relatively stronger and which is relatively weaker. It's kind of consolidating right now, so it's not much help, right? This consolidation, it's not gonna give you a tell. So I would be basing it off the order flow and then SMT. Pretty similar analysis here though. UCAD we're gonna be bullish on because we're bullish dollar. Monthly breakaway gap. Buy side objective right up here. Actually not that far. Weekly. We failed to deliver higher off of this gap, and then we swept previous week low, and now we're respecting it. So I am still expecting higher prices here. You have these equal highs up here. This buy side objective. I would still be expecting higher prices because of the higher time frame. So this is that previous week low sweep we mentioned. We have these equal highs up here. I'm looking at these buy side objectives to go next. I am bullish on UCAD as well as dollar. There isn't a clear leg. I would like to see 1 hour or 4 hour gaps higher to frame longs off in the direction of that buy side, but this does look pretty nice and I'm expecting higher prices. Just don't like the lack of fair value gaps here on the 4 hour. Monthly failure swing here. Breakaway gaps, buy side objective, buy side objective. Okay, we're marking out our targets for liquidity. Weekly, no gap here on the weekly. Nice buy side of the curve on this weekly buy model. Daily, we don't have a gap yet, but this could be nice if we set up a consolidation range day as well. Like I said, because of that lack of news on US dollar, it would be nice to see a range day tomorrow to set up this gap and then set up a nice buy week towards these buy side objectives. That would be very, very nice to see. You guys are seeing the theme, a lot of similar analysis on things that are related to US dollar. We have an expansion candle. It'd be nice to see this third candle set up a range and then expansion off of that the rest of the week. Monthly delivered off of this bullish fair value gap. We have this next buy side objective. By the way, if you guys aren't in the free Discord, I don't know what to tell you. It's just free value. I literally do analysis. I answer questions for free. There's just so much value in there for free that I just don't know why you guys wouldn't be in there. So just type in discord.gg/tradingpatiently and you can hop into the free Discord. And then yeah, I have the private academy member section as well. So if you guys want access to a direct mentor, if you want a full, curriculum of education and lectures, and then live trading 3-4 times a week, I have that as well. So definitely go tap into that. You can see up here tradingpatiently.com. If you go there, you can get a free trial to the academy. So highly recommend tradingpatiently.com right here. Definitely go check it out. Try a free trial. If you don't like it, you can cancel at any time. When you get a chance, check your DM after stream. Yeah, for sure. RTY is Russell. It's a indice. This is Russell 2000. So we have the S&P 500, the NAS 100, Dow 30, Russell 2000. Essentially the US markets. Where was I? What's up, Maurice? Okay, I think I talked about this. Same logic, higher prices. Yen looks kind of sloppy. Failing to deliver higher off this weekly. I don't like yen here. Yen, this doesn't look that clean. We have these low resistance liquidity. I don't like this. I wouldn't touch this. Out of all of these majors, yen is my least favorite right now, honestly. The weekly is kind of failing to deliver higher. We're just messing around. My eyes hurt. But yeah, yen is my least favorite. Crudo has been slow. USD mmxm, I have no idea. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've never traded that. I have no idea. Is that an exotic? Mexican peso. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I know dollar would, because dollar is the base currency of that pair. But other than that, I have no idea. If you're gonna use a SMT with USD mmxm, I would just use a dollar. What got you to the point of profitability? I would say just like getting that advanced understanding and then simplifying it. I don't know if you were in the stream earlier, but I talked about how important it is to be able to understand something deeply and then simplify it. And I think that for me was very, very important. The other thing is tweaking what I know and tweaking what I've learned to fit me. Like actually really reflecting. This is my best answer for you. This is my best answer. What really did it for me was understanding my personality traits and like reflecting on how I am, my flaws, my tendencies. I'm an anxious person. You know, I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. For those of you that have been following me for a while, I talk about this because it's important to be honest and talk about the things that I've had to work through as a trader. And so like for me, overthinking, frequency, just anxiety, those things have gotten to me with my trading, and I've had to make tweaks and understand my personality traits and tweak the things that I learned to fit me. And so everything that I teach and that I show, even the models, everything, take it and make it personal to you and make it fit you. Because there's going to be people out there that love swing trading and resonate with swinging and low frequency, and there's going to be people that hate it. There's going to be people that love intraday scalping, being extremely fast paced, quick decision making, and high frequency, and there will be people that hate it. It's all contingent on your personality traits. And so make these things personal to you, and don't just do what other people are doing because they say to do it, right? Back everything that you do off of your data and your experiences, and then tweak it to fit your personality. Understand what your tendencies are, what your flaws are as a person, what your strengths are. And then when you build your trading edge and your trading model, cater to your strengths and then suppress your weaknesses. That's what will make you profitable. And that's motherfucking bars. Not for real. That was actually bars. Like, I want you guys to understand what I just said there is gold. That is bars. Like, that is truly all what it's about. It's about having a simple edge and making it personal to you. There's not much more to it. Simple edge, make it personal to you, manage your risk and manage your psychology, and you'll be profitable. Okay, Crudo has been shit. I don't like Crudo lately. Crudo is just, I mean, for those of you that follow Crudo, you know we've been dissing Crudo for a while now. Not touching it with a stick. Not touching it in any capacity, right? Weekly consolidation. We are expanding lately, which is nice to see. We had a run towards this buy side objective, but I'm just not trading commodities in general. I've been focused purely on ES and NQ, like I said, with the Harmony model. It is nice to see this is now expanding. We just achieved a major buy side liquidity objective here. So now you might want to see some retracement back into the range. We have this high here. We already delivered off this leg, and so I would want to see this hold if we're going to continue higher towards buy side. If not, we may just revert back into this range and actually target this gap down here. So we need to see what happens at this daily leg. This swing low to swing high, and then likely a fair value gap that gets created here will be very telling about what direction crude oil is trading in. Because if we create this gap, this overlapping area here, if we're going higher, we should respect that and begin to trade towards external of this range, and then the next buy side liquidity objective up here. If that fails and we begin to point lower, then your eyes go to this weekly fair value gap. But right now, that's a breakaway gap. So you need to be able to flow with price and understand where things are pointing. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing on crude oil. Gold, we're delivering higher off this internal. We have a lot of buy side being engineered up here, right? These highs. Looking at internal to external on the monthly. Want to see higher prices on gold. Next buy side liquidity objective is right here. Not much to deduce from the weekly. We had that failure swing. Daily legs pointing higher. Daily bullish order flow. I want to see a new gap get formed here as well. Same analysis that I've been talking about the whole day, right? We want to see this Monday be a range day. If not, and we just continue to expand, that's cool. We'll submit to our bullish order flow, and we're expecting higher prices towards this buy side. So my eyes here and then my eyes here. But I want to see how we expand this week. For a weekly objective for this week, I'm looking at this high as like a low-hanging fruit weekly objective. OLHC towards this high. Bullish candle towards this high. Bro, I use unicorn, but it contains CSD, IFVG. Yeah, you don't need to use all of them. I'll just pick one. Just pick one that resonates with you and that fits what you want out of an entry model. Because at the end of the day, you're just viewing a shift in order flow. If we're trading higher, right, and we trade into a fair value gap or area of liquidity is your point of interest, all you're doing here is just waiting for a flip of order flow. Whether that's a market structure shift, a CISD, if you want to use an order flow flip entry, it's all just contingent on what you want. But every single one has different flaws and different strengths. So you just have to pick which one resonates with you. But I wouldn't use all of them. I think that's just overcomplicating it. We have this 4-hour leg here. Expecting a lack of expansion tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'll just be waiting for more information, but I am bullish on gold. What's your model if you can explain it a bit? So I have two models I'm mainly teaching. Everything is the same in terms of how I view price. What I do, it's the same. It's just framed in a way that is providing different styles of trading, right? So I have the Solus model I teach, which is filtering. Solus model is kind of filtering through different asset classes, instruments, and understanding what has clear context, clear draws and liquidity on the higher time frame, and then essentially framing a unicorn entry off of fair value gaps and swing points. Now, Harmony model is the one I'm consistently trading right now, and it's ES and NQ, purely indices, ES and NQ. It's understanding where ES and NQ are likely to expand on the day, and then framing either longs or shorts off of fair value gaps or swing points using off entry, CISD, whichever entry model you prefer. You can make that personal to you, but the framework for it is draw on liquidity, higher time frame PD array, flip of order flow. Now, it seems simple, but I like to also pair that with SMT at these internal and external range liquidities. So I don't want to go through the entire model in depth, but that's a breakdown of it. I left some things out, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't want to go and give away the entire model. I haven't even fully taught Harmony or made the videos on it yet, so, but that's a small breakdown. There is a lot more to it though. But essentially, yeah, just ES and NQ intraday trading. Understanding where the daily candle is expanding, FEG, swing point, higher time frame PD array, and then entry model and SMT. Monthly, bullish order flow, bullish metals, sloppy silver delivery. Weekly, we expected this to fail. Why do we expect this to fail? This is why just mindlessly trading fair value gaps is not going to work. You have to understand the draw on liquidity and narrative from the top down. There's a reason we knew that this fair value gap shouldn't hold, right? And it's because our understanding of the higher time frame draw. Now that we're flipping here, we want to see new daily gaps. I want to see this continuation to the upside on the daily. So buy side objective up here. We're looking for higher prices on metals, but I would like to see new gaps because right now silver is not delivering very well. I definitely favor gold over silver personally. Yo, what's up, Cam? Came to study and saw you were live. I'm so grateful for your mmxm teachings. So you changed everything for me. I love that, bro. I love that. I think that mmxm video is truly one of the best on YouTube. And I'm not, you know, I say that humbly, but I genuinely think that that's such a good video because it just breaks down everything that you need, essentially. Like that mmxm video is what I'm trading, just extremely simplified. I trade that logic. The logic of that video and everything that I teach in it is my model. Just it's an extremely simplified version of that. I don't need to think about all of those things that I teach in the video: order mitigation, order pairing, stages of market maker models. I'm trading it without thinking about it. But I love that you were able to pull a lot of value from that video because I think that's probably my best video. So I love that, bro. I'm excited to see where you go with your trading, bro. So definitely be in the Discord and update me. Like, hop in the Discord. Talk to me, ask me questions. I'm happy to help, bro. I'm glad that you were able to pull some value from that video. That's literally the best messages to get. But yeah, that video is sauce. It's that logic and framework in everything. Weekly consolidation on Bitcoin. My eyes have been looking at this monthly BISI. We'll see if we continue lower off this daily leg. This daily leg will be very telling. If we respect this daily leg off a retracement, you'd be looking at that monthly gap right here. So my eyes are here at this monthly gap. Daily order flow has flipped, right? We're pointing lower. This is should be just a retracement on the monthly towards this monthly BISI and then higher prices. We always want to submit to that higher time frame order flow, right? I'm not calling a top on Bitcoin. I'm expecting a retracement into this BISI and then internal to external from there. We could have nice longs from that monthly BISI once we get there. But let's see. This leg will be very telling, right? We want to see this leg hold if we're going towards that monthly BISI, which we should be based on how this order flow is pointing right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my analysis. That's my weekly forecast. I feel like there was a lot of good rants and value in this stream. You know, just gems here and there spread out. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. It's amazing. I'm so grateful. You know, I can't say it enough. Cannot say it enough how grateful I am to do this. And I love helping you guys, and I can't wait to see everyone's growth. So if you're not in the Discord, if you're not active in the Discord, man, come hop in there. We're building a family. I love talking to you guys. I love helping. And yeah, man, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you extracted some value from the forecast, and have a good rest of your week. Let's lock in and have a good trading week.